Hello, I hope you're well. We're going to do another face-off today. I've got this rather lovely little C.V Heljestrand. It is a number 4. It's a lovely little razor. Well, it's not actually that little. It's about 5/8. It's got a lovely fine grind on it. Proper hollow ground, very thin grind. I've not had many number 4s, but every one I've had is shaved immaculately. See the number 4? It's in pretty good nick. Basically, it barely looks like it's been shaved with. There's no real marks on it. There's a few watermarks. There's a little tiny bit on the end there as well. No pitting. It's a nice razor. And today I've got this Mann's. Let's have a look. Let's try and at least get it somewhere near. Mann Federlein from Swedish. I've got a tiny story to tell this. It's a 14 pattern razor. It comes to me full size, basically NOS. I don't think it had ever been shaved. Well, no, it had been shaved with because there was some, there was some marks in the pivot. It's still a bit grubby down there, but it's not. I don't think that's actual use. I think that's just this kind of, well, over the years. It's an old razor. I couldn't tell you quite when, but if I was going to say a date, I'd say 60s, 70s. It had a lovely sort of almost like a tree of life thing in the middle there, but I buffed it off because, long short of it, I had a chip about here. It was like this way, just of the half mark. And I debated whether to turn it into a shorty, but instead I just took some of the width off of it. Because I've had razors, number 14 patterns, where they come to me with the width off, and they shave fine. It's still got, loads and loads of what you call the hollow part of the blade left, and you just got to rock and roll with what you got sometimes. It's got nice scales. I don't know what they are. They're a plastic. I don't know whether they're a celluloid or just like a more modern plastic, but they're quite nice. Got like a wood effect to them and everything. It's really good steel. I did sharpen this first off, and it was a bit of a struggle to get it kind of what I'd call shave ready before I put it on my face. But I gave it another quick touch up and stuff, and I believe it is. It's popping hairs. I don't normally do like the hair tests and stuff, but sometimes when I have a bit of a problem razor on the stones, and not that it was a problem because it sat really nice on the stones. Sometimes when you bread knife a razor, it takes quite a good while to get it back, if you know what I mean. Even when you think you've set the bevel, sometimes it still needs a little bit more and stuff. I'm going to be shaving with this Mr. Capt Fawcett's Scapico. Never mind, and I'll be shaving with the old Kent BLK12S today. It's a big old brush. I've got news on brushes, but I'll leave it until the time's right. I've got absolutely loads of razors coming this week. I bought a job lot. Some of them were out of tat. There was 3 in there that were full on cell rot when I got them out of boxes. Really interested me, that cell rot. Basically, all that was left of the razor, all that was left of the razors was the top of the spine. Everything had turned to dust on 2 of them, or 2 or 3 of them. But there's some nice ones in there as well. It's one of those lots you buy and it's a complete chance really. Couldn't really see none of the razors or anything. But sometimes you've got to take these risks in life, as they say. I'll tell you what though, there's a lovely razor in there. I'm trying to think of the make. Wheat sheath, and it almost looks one of those Japanese kiboshi, like Sato ones. The ones got really. It's not as pronounced as those Japanese ones, but the handle's shaped a little bit like it as well. Whether they use those for inspiration or whatever, but it's got a lovely smile on it and hollow grounds on it. Really quite well, thin grind and everything. It's got a bit of a sort of German grind on it, which is, well, it's not rare for a Sheffield razor because obviously they did belly razors and whatnot, but yeah, it's always interesting. But they're more or less mint, they are. And I've got a couple of Bengals in it as well that are really nice. One of them's like one of the older ones from what I can tell. And one of them's the one that's got like the sort of decorations on the shank a bit. which are meant to be the newer ones, but they're both in real good nick. And there's various other razors that I've got as well in there. Some of them I think are going to be meaty clangers. See how they sit on the stone, see how they sharpen, the initial kind of tests I do. And if they're alright, I'll still sell them as meaty clangers. Get somebody, person I sold one of my first meaty clangers to, he was happy as Larry to get a cheap razor to have a go basically, without spending loads of money. You at least get 2 or 3 good shaves out of it, even if you ain't got a strut. God, I've got a whacking spot there, I've just noticed that. Oh dear. Ugh. Right, let's try this CV first. I've been sort of clucking, it's got a real nice sort of shape to the blade on this, I like that shape. And also the grind and listen to that, look. Hang on, make sure I don't chop my ear off. It's quite hard for me to shave within this little camera screen. That's why I've got to offset my camera. But you can hear that, it sounds lovely, it does. I really do like the hollow ground, especially the Swedish. They always make a lovely sound. Speed up the shave a little bit today, hopefully I don't cut myself. That's most Swedish razors, it's a top tier razor. They don't get as much as a look in as the old thumb notches and the MK, which I know stands for master quality now. Test it from heel to toe properly. Everybody's hunting the thumb notches and the master qualities, isn't they, basically? But they're missing out. They're missing out on all the basically cheaper razors, I feel, because they're all just nearly as good. I sold a little CV number 24 to a gentleman, and I don't know his level of experience actually, but anyway, he was chuffed as hell with it. He loved it. He said he had a week's growth, and it just, well, I call them air lasers, done on my little Swedish razors. And oh sorry, this is the, what is it again? Mann Federlein. So different sound, deep. Still sounds like a Philly though, even though I said that chunk ground off. I ground it off with a diamond plate. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Like I said, it was a bit of a bugger to sharpen to get the initial, well, shave readiness. And I'm happy with that. That's good. Both my Lv5 Jnats. Yeah, it's a lovely razor that is. It's terribly smooth, makes a nice sound. It's a bit stiffer than what you'd call like a Philly. From my understanding, these are actually kind of what you'd call a posher brand in a way, of like the Germans. Yeah, it's a lovely shade, man. CV's a little tiny bit tighter on the first path, which I kind of expect, because this the hollow ground's a lot hollow. Even if this Mann Federlein razor was full size, it still cannot be as thin as the Swedish razors on the whole. Because if there's one thing they mastered, that is thin grinds with good steel. I think my video was quite well received. I had some nice messages sent to me, and like saying thanks for doing the rolling X strokes video and that. Sorry it was a bit long and everything. I might chop that down at some point, because I didn't really intend to talk about stones and stuff, but I don't know, I just get carried away, don't I? But people like seeing my stones as well, I think. But when I get round to it, I will timestamp it. I just ain't learnt these things yet, you know. I'm pretty good with technology, especially like, you know, like website stuff, we'll call it, browser stuff. But, you know, I've never made videos before to do anything like that, so it's all a bit foreign to me. But we get there, we get there. Right, go against the grain. That's it. You can definitely start speeding up with these little CVs sometimes. Well, I keep calling it little, that's not that little. It's your average size razor. Lovely shape to it. Because they're very intuitive to use, and when they've got, you know, basically a nice little smile on it, which it has. And I do like it when they do this little sweepy bit there, and it is quite a common theme on Swedish razors. One of the razors I've got this week that I can't wait to hone and try, it's Erik Antonberg, and it's like a quarter hollow, and again it's got like a lovely sweep to it. It's some tremendous steel, this really is. I can, as soon as I put it on the stones I was like, yep, sits on it lovely, got nice scales as well. You know, some people think these 14 patterns like, you know, big old sort of to wield and everything, but they're not at all. If you're experienced with razors, you'll be fine. You just have to be a bit careful in your nooks and crannies, especially if you're getting a bit old like me. But I feel like they kind of glide over your face rather well for something that's big and long, because they are quite long. It is a bit of a size comparison. So I line up heel to toe. You know what I mean? So it's quite a bit. It's well, I always say it's roughly about sort of 10 to 12 mil. Right, lovely. Well, that's about it, guys. I'm going to keep this one a bit short today because I've got some chores for the wife, and well, you know what I mean, don't you? Hey? But that's a tremendously. Don't know what's the time stamp on that. Hang on, let me have a little look. Yeah, 13 minutes from with a bit of chatting as well. Not bad at all. Without any of the chatting, it would have been less than 10, wouldn't it? Especially talking about the razors. Alright, who's won today? Wow, that's incredibly close actually. I thought the CV was going to just nick it on the first pass. It was definitely cleaner, or tighter, whatever way you look at it. It's really got, both of them have got that bit quite a bit good as well. I think the CV's just about nicked it on my troublesome spot there. But that's mighty close. So it goes to show, even though it's a big ass razor with, you know, it's a thin grind for a big razor, but you're never going to get as thin as one of them little CVs. Right, have a good day. Hope you've had a good week and whatnot. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Ta-da for now. Toodaloo.